What's up, best friends? It's your girl Q at Blessed to Be a Blessing. Welcome back to the channel where we are blessed to be a blessing. So tonight I'm going to do a quick recap of BMF on STARZ, episode number 4. So I don't know if you guys have been following it or watching it so far, but it is a new series, executive produced by 50 Cent. So it's really good. This is, like I said, this is the recap for the 4th episode. It has been heating up, getting a little, it's starting to like move faster. Initially, it was kind of slow. Of course, like most series, like the first couple of episodes, it's a little bit slow until we can get the hang of the characters and what's going on. Anyway, enough about that. It's on STARZ BMF, stands for Black Mafia Family, about Terry and Big Meech. Loosely based on a true story, their life story of how they survived the dope game in Detroit, Michigan, back in the 80s. So anyway, last night was explosive. Listen, let me tell you, Lamar, if you've been watching the show, you already know who Lamar is. But what I want to say about Lamar is I'm sick of him, okay? They need to get rid of Lamar. Meech and Terry need to get rid of Lamar. He is a huge problem, okay? So for those who have been watching the show and following it, you already know. He just got let out of the mental institution, as a matter of fact, just serving 2 years. But I can see why he was in there. Yeah, he does seem a little crazy. But before he got locked up, he was like the man on the streets. He was like a big time drug dealer. So I guess for him, it's like an ego type of thing that he's battling right now, because he gets out and now here go Terry and Meech. They're young boys, so he's like, I know they not over here taking over these blocks, taking over these streets and getting all this money. This is my money. That's his way of looking at things. And on top of that, Meech was going with his baby mama. So listen. Lamar, I'm gonna say shout out to Lamar for last week. He did find a way to like get back into his daughter's mom's life, and his daughter get back into his daughter's life. So shout out to him for that. It really does show like a human side to him, or softer side, other than that rough gangster, cutthroat, vicious person that we've been seeing thus far. But tonight, episode 4, it did not fail. Lamar was bringing the viciousness. You hear me? So I'm really afraid that Lamar is going to end up like causing so much detriment to Meech and Terry and to their business, because like tonight's episode, which I watched at midnight last night, and you guys should have seen it by now. I don't like to do spoiler alerts, so I wanted to give you enough time to watch it on your own, and then, we could just converse about what you think is going to happen, what you want to happen, and how you feel about what has happened thus far. But anyway, like on tonight's episode, the way Lamar set Meech and Terry up, come on now. First of all, let's talk about Kato, okay? Now, when I first saw Kato, the first few episodes, I was like, okay, I remember her. I think her name is like Asiana, something like that, her real name, the actress. She played the younger Cookie on Empire, and she also played the younger version of Taraji P. Henson's character in the movie Acrimony. So she's a brilliant actress, very brilliant, beautiful young lady. So shout out to her. But this is how you know when someone is a good actor, because as of tonight's episode, I don't like her no more. Like before tonight, I loved this young lady. I'm not gonna say I don't like her as a person or as an actress, but this character that she's playing, Kato in BMF, I don't like Kato. Kato is a snitch. Kato is setting up Meech and Terry. Kato is playing with fire. And then to make it even worse, now she decided she want to sleep with, I believe his name is Big Mickey, the dude with the little flat top that always be trying to buck up against Meech, the one that shot the dude in the head a couple episodes ago. The guy that the detective delivered to Meech just to scare up, and then Big Mickey decided, look, you ain't doing this right. We need to kill him. So he shot the dude. Speaking of that, so the police have been looking for the guy because, of course, they're detectives, and so they are, tracking Meech and Terry and following them as far as like their drug business and what they're doing in the streets, right? So the detective played by Wood Harris's brother, Steve Harris, he actually is a dirty detective. So he did deliver the guy over to, I can't remember the guy's name, y'all forgive me, I only try to remember like the main characters, but anyway, he did deliver the guy over to Meech. It's like, hey, don't hurt him, you know what I mean? So Meech just wanted to scare him up, because at that time, I think this might have been like episode 2, Meech was trying to figure out who had shot Terry, because y'all know Terry got shot in the head, and now his eye messed up and his vision all blurry and all kinds of stuff he got going on, trying to sue the hospital. So anyway, Meech just wanted to scare him up. Well, Big Mickey was like, nah, man, you ain't doing this right. He want to jump slick and pop slick and try to be captain. And he shot the dude in the head. Y'all killed him. So now Meech like, oh my God, you just messed things up for me. Because Meech knew that, Meech knew that he could not kill this guy because he working with the dirty cop. So boom, long story short, now the police department is like, what's up? We got to find this dude. Where is he? We think Meech killed him. So the detectives in the office like, nah, Meech wouldn't do that. He's not a killer. He doesn't have a record. He's clean, this, and that. So he was, of course, taking up for Meech, because if Meech get busted, then that's going to eventually out him. So he got to try to protect Meech in this situation. So they like, okay, cool, boom. Long story short, they end up going to search the river. Baby, let me tell you, they found that boy's body. Sure did. They was down there diving, found his body. So the detective was pissed. Oh my God. He was so pissed that, let me tell you what he did. So Meech and, Terry just had a baby with his girlfriend, right? So they had a little boy, and they went and got the baby christened and everything at the church where Snoop Dogg is playing the pastor. Y'all, I'm telling you, if you have not watched this show, please go ahead and tune in, because never in a million years that I think I would see Snoop Dogg as a pastor, even if he's just playing it as a character. It's just But anyway, classic television. So they had the christening at Snoop Dogg's church, which I believe, it hasn't been really revealed yet, but I do believe Snoop's character is one of those pastors who's like more like a hireling. He in it for the money, because he knows that Meech and Terry's in the street and they get that money, okay, and he ain't like against it. He ain't rebuking them for it, okay. And Meech and Terry's daddy, he doesn't like that pastor. He doesn't, because the pastor is close to Meech and Terry's mom or whatever. So anyway, long story short, they doing the baby christening for Terry's baby at the church. And boom, they outside. They done finished up the christening and everything. They outside, the family planning to go somewhere and have some dinner and eat. Because, the dad had left the mom, because he got pissed off because they kicked Meech out for being a drug dealer, of course, because after Terry got shot in the eye, they blame Meech. And they're like, oh, it's your fault. If you turn him onto this, you got him in trouble and all of this stuff. They want to try to blame Meech. But what they don't know is that Terry is getting involved in this stuff on his own. Terry want to be gangster. He's following Meech on his own. But Meech is such a good brother. He never did snitch and say, you know what, Terry want to do this. He ain't say nothing. He just went ahead and took the blame, let them kick him out and everything. Well, at the point that they kicked him out, the mortgage was behind, to the point where I think the house was about to get foreclosed on, because, the daddy worked. I don't think the mama worked, but, he worked at a regular job. He just, the mama told him, he like, well, the dad was like, what's going on? Why is the mortgage even behind? I give you all the money to pay the bills. She like, look, we had that one setback. I think they had to get their car fixed or something like that. Which just real life problems. I felt them on this. And that one situation, that one setback set them back, like for real. Now, it's hard to keep up with the bills and the mortgage and things like that. So boom, the mortgage is late. Well, they put Meech out, and even though they put him out, Meech went and paid the mortgage, y'all. Not only did he catch up the mortgage, And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but from what my understanding and from what I was seeing and hearing, Meech paid the whole mortgage in full to where they own this house now. Okay, so shout out to Meech. You know what I mean? Drug money or not, you better take that money. That money don't know where it come from. The mama and daddy tripping. Oh, it's drug money. So the daddy done got pissed off because he think that the mama took the money, which so he had been telling them, don't, we not taking that money for them, which I get it too. I understand what they're saying. That's their son. They don't want him in the streets. They love him. They don't want him ended up in prison or dead behind selling drugs and things like that. I totally get it. But at the same time, they can't stop him. So that's why Meech went behind their back and paid it. So the daddy fell out with the mama, thinking that the mama was like, oh, you know, she took the money against what he told her to do. But she was like, I didn't take the money from him. He did it on his own. At first, the daddy, though, he got mad because he thought she got the money from the pastor. Oh, man, he was livid. She was like, no, it did not come from him. So anyway, boom. That's that. So because of that, you know, Terry had some words with his daddy before the christening and was like, you know what, we about to come together as a family and everything. Why don't you just go ahead and take your ego out of this and stop letting your ego separate our family? And so the daddy had to think about it like, he had to eat them words. And he did. So after christening, you know, he was like, yeah, you know, we're going to go out to eat as a family. You know, I'm going to come with y'all and everything. So it was like they were back together. So I'm all happy and everything. Like, you know, yeah, dad, let it go. It don't matter. The house paid for at this point. Okay, keep working your little job. Y'all can eat good. Just keep living. Well, boom, here comes Detective. Steve Harris, the character, is the actor, which I can't remember the detective's name, but I've been mad at Steve Harris ever since he played in Tyler Perry's movie Diary of a Mad Black Woman when he dragged Kimberly Elise out that house. Honey. Anyway, that's another story. But anyway, that's who the detective is, played by Steve Harris, if in case you didn't know who Steve Harris was. So he shows up, y'all, he got his toboggan on, he got it folded up, all cocked to the side, he all gangster with it, he got one of his little cops with him, he rolls up on them outside the church like, yeah, I need to, you know, Meech, we need to talk to you downtown at the station. And Meech was like, you know what, I kind of don't, he was like, oh, this what he said, yeah, it's about a missing body, because by this time they found old boy body floating in the river. So Meech was like, you know, I kind of don't believe you, so I ain't going. So, of course, the detective, he couldn't really do nothing about it. He was pissed about it, but he couldn't do nothing about it. So, boom, that was that. So, the daddy, like, he looking around. He like, wait a minute. You know, he putting two and two together. He know what it is. He knows some drug mess. He knows something Meech done got into. So, he like, you know what? I ain't even doing this. I ain't having dinner. Y'all go ahead and have dinner without me. So now here he go again, walking away from the family. I'm sick of the daddy. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him. But anyway, we'll talk about him later, because as this story unfolds, he better straighten it up. Now, I don't want to say too much disrespectful stuff, because I know this is loosely based on a true story, and I don't want Big Meech and Terry and them coming for me, talking about why you talking about my daddy. But right now, what y'all showing us in this story, your daddy is making me mad. So anyway, boom. So that's that, right? So back to Kato, which y'all saw last week, episode 3, where Lamar ran up on her in the bathroom and they was at the little, I don't know, I think it was like bowling or something. Where they was at, they was out kicking it, right? And you know, she's supposed to be part of the crew. She part of the 50th Street crew. So Meech them thinking they could trust her and all of this. So she didn't go to the bathroom. He go, boom, he go Lamar. He like, I want to know where the dope at. I want to know where the money at, blah, 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 blah. She tells them. So this is how we learn as the audience that, oh my goodness, I know she ain't no inside snitch. And yes, she is. Boom. So that was last week. So this week, I couldn't wait to tune in, because I'm like, all I want to know is what Kato doing. I don't want to hear nothing about no baby mamas. I don't want to hear nothing about none of that. I want to know what's going to happen with the Kato situation. Boom, y'all, it got explosive. So while Kato and the big dude that worked for Meech and them, I can't remember his name, but anyway, they was working the food truck, which you know they selling that thing out the food truck over at the in the parking lot of the job. So all the employees and stuff, they come get something to eat. Then the ones that know it's an extra little package up on that menu, that's how they get their dope, right? Boom. Y'all, why Lamar done showed up? Because, of course, he got the inside scoop. And so he started asking for that special package. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, forgive me for that. So you know, Kato looking like, I can't really tell with Kato though. The thing is, I can't tell if like she just doing this because she's so scared of Lamar, or if she just really a snitch or a snake. I kind of really feel like she just doing it because she's scared of Lamar, because Lamar is scary. You hear me? If I see him in a dark alley, honey, baby, you best believe I'm going the other way. Okay. So I don't know. Part of me wants to say, I feel sorry for Kato, because I'm like, Lamar punking her. He bullied her. He got her all scared, and as she should be. So anyway, he all blowing up the spot and everything. So Big Boy like, we shutting down. So they shut down the food truck. So while they done shut down the food truck, Big Boy like, you know what? What if Lamar them just running game, because while we ain't working the truck and we distracted, they over at the spot robbing us. Now, Meech got a nice spot. His leg got the white leather furniture and everything. For the 80s, like he was doing it. It's very nice. Matter of fact, it looked nice for 2021. So that's where they keep the dope at, right? Man, listen. So Big Boy like, let me go over there. So he runs over to the spot, because he like, nah, which he should have been thinking on his toes. Because, if you in this game, you cannot, it's not 1 second, not 1 moment that you can slip, okay, in your thinking. So boom, Big Boy run over to the spot. Sure enough, the place is trash, y'all. They tore it up. He look over at the couch, because it was like under one of the seat cushions, like deep down under, like in the couches where Meech was keeping the dope. All you see is the seat cushion pulled, thrown back, and a big old empty hole. They done took the dope. So while he in there like, what? He hears somebody start busting at him. So he busting at them back. They having a little shootout in the house and everything. Then boom, Big Boy, old boy that was shooting at Big Boy, which is one of Lamar boys, he ended up running out of bullets. So it was like click, 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 click. So Lamar was like, not Lamar, Big Boy that worked for Meech was like, oh, so he figured I got him. So he reached around the corner and pow, he got him right. Caught the dude in the back of his ankle. So messed him up, couldn't move quick. So anyway, while he kind of trying to like chase dude out the house, boom, who shows up but the devil? Lamar. This dude got a whole machine gun, y'all. I'm talking about you done already tore up the house, and now you're going to shoot up this dude, tried to kill him. Thank goodness. Old boy didn't get killed, so Lamar, he's sorry. You had a machine gun, and y'all was like face-to-face, point blank, and you still missed. You was sorry. Well, I ain't going to say that. He didn't miss. I think he caught him in the shoulder, but he didn't kill him. So, and I'm glad of that. I didn't want him to get killed, but I thought he was going to get killed. So, boom, while old boy there, laying, struggling or whatever, trying to slide out, crawl up, get up out of there before stupid, crazy Lamar kill him. Guess who else bust up in the house on the scene, busting and blazing? Little Miss Kato. Yes, she did. So I was like, okay, immediately I'm like, she doing that because she can't, she trying to cover up, make it look like, to make Big Boy think she there to save him and to protect him, which she was supposed to do that, right? So boom, that's how that ended. So she go home. She taking off her little clothes and her shoes. She tired. She done had a hard day of drug selling, okay? She done got shot at. She done shoot at people. She done, she been snitching, all that. It's been rough for Kato. So she light up a little blunt, her little joint, which, by the way, it looked like they was rolling raw papers. But anyway, we don't need to talk about all that. And we don't need to talk about how I know about that. Anyway, so, she smoked her little joint or whatever and everything. She thinking she about to chill out. And guess who's standing over in the corner hiding and lurking again? Lamar, old ugly. Anyway, so boom, he roughed her up, y'all. Grabbed her by the back of the neck. Choke slammed her from the back. Slammed her like bam on her face and everything. Had her face all mushed to the ground and everything. Like, don't you ever shoot at me. She said just what I thought. That, I had to fake it off. I had to play it off. I was the only one left that knew where the stash was. So I had to play it off. So boom. He just threatened her and was like, if you ever come blazing at me again, I'm coming for you. So that was that. So that's when it kind of like, for me, it solidified my thoughts of Kato scared of dude. I don't think she want to snitch, but he got her in a bad position right now. Because if she don't tell him what he want her to know, he's going to kill her. And she doesn't want to die. So boom, that was that. So Meech and Terry, oh man, they went through some hell too, because let me tell you, they kept pressing on Pat, which is played by Wood Harris, which that's my dude. Shout out to Wood Harris. So Pat is like they supplier, right? And they've been dealing for Pat since they was little boys. Like Pat put them on in the game. So last episode, Meech found out Pat be snorting and also smoking crack at this point. So I think it caused him to look at Pat a little bit differently. Although he still loves him, he still looks up to him and everything. But he just like, dang, he out there, he on this stuff. So anyway, he told Terry about it, and Terry like, no, man. He like, no, for real. That's what it is. He's smoking. So boom, that's that. So they go to Pat. Meech go to Pat. He like, look, I'm trying to get X amount so I can go ahead and distribute and sell and blah, blah, blah. Do what drug dealers do. Pat like, no. I'm going to give you this and I'm going to front you this and I'm going to, just controlling the situation. Now, Pat did say last week that he tried to just get him just a little bit to keep his foot on their neck because Terry and Meech is really, they killing the game out here. They killing the game. Like they could put him out of business because they really know how to move that weight. So he want to remain top dog. So he like, I'm going to keep my foot on their neck. So it's like he played it off like that. Like he wasn't going to give Meech what he was asking for so that he can keep, his foot on his neck, as he said. But turns out, Pat's boy who works for him, Meech was like, man, what's up with him? You know what I'm saying? Why he acting like that? I know he messing with that stuff. I know he's smoking that hard now. So his homeboy was like, look, he might be partying a little bit too much, but that ain't the reason why he can't give you what you want. And so Meech's like, what you mean? He's like, he ain't got it. He can't give you what he ain't got, man. He done fell off. He ain't been balling like he used to for a while now. So Meech's like, what? So he like, yeah, at this point, what you need to do, you need to find you another supplier. So Meech's like, what? He like, dang, okay. He was like, I know somebody. So boom, old boy, Pat dude, like, I'm going to hook it up for you. Boom. Long story short, Pat's homeboy hooked them up. They go to a little bar to try to find out who the new plug is and everything. Blah, blah. Turn out the new plug is this chick, okay? Y'all know how it is with them female drug dealers, okay? We got Monet from Power Book 2. Okay, we got, what's her name from Power Book 3, Raising Kato. My girl, I can't even think of her name right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Them female drug dealers don't play. They gotta go harder anyway because it's a man's game, so they got a lot to prove. But anyway, so turns out the plug is a female. So, boom. Pat finds out that his homeboy tried to hook Meech and Terry up with another plug, so he pissed. So he done got Meech and Terry jacked up and brought him out to the wilderness somewhere, and they standing out there with shovels, him and his dude, the dude that hooked him up with the other plug. So, he just playing two-faced like, yeah, standing back all hard like I got your back, Pat, woo, woo. Man, listen. Pat was like, look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all think that I wasn't going to find out you going behind my back trying to get another plug? I know everything in this city. Y'all know, but boy, Will Harris, he's a wonderful actor, so he is playing this role. You hear me? So they like, oh, no, Pat, but it ain't like that. You wouldn't give me what we needed. Blah, blah, blah. Pat like, nah. So he was like, I ain't even mad at y'all. Y'all doing y'all job. He was like, but y'all, why he take the shovel and beat and kill his homeboy with the shovel? Yes, he did. And told Meech and Terry, now clean this shit up. I was like, oh my goodness. So they had to bury him. So boom, this was all before they did the christening. So while Terry up in there holding the baby, trying to do the christening and everything, and trying to get his soul right with the Lord, all he keep thinking about is what he just did last night. He done buried this man. So anyway, so that's how Meech and Terry got exposed for trying to go behind Pat's back. Well, boom, right before the show ended, Terry rolling down the street, whatever, he go meet up with the plug, and boom, the female walked out. Now, he saw her in the bar, they just didn't know who the plug was, that she was the plug. So she like, yeah, it was me, blah, blah, blah. She was like, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm only working with you. If that's a problem, let me know. So Terry like, nah, Terry, he want to be the man at this point anyway. He look up to Meech. He try to basically follow in Meech's footsteps. So this is giving him his chance to he could be the man. but he better be careful, because I don't think he is as street smart as Meech, because Meech, like, he hard with it. You hear me? Meech hard with it. But Terry, he kind of on the soft side. That's why the family, the mom and daddy think, oh, Meech is just influencing him. No, he want to be gangster. So this is time he got his little big boy drawers on. He making deals with the plug, side deals. We gonna see how this gonna play out next week in episode 5. So that's how it ended. I tried to give y'all the best recap I can, the most important parts that had me excited anyway. It got me pumped and ready for next Saturday at midnight or midnight Sunday morning, so I can see this before anybody else does. So best believe your girl gonna have a review on a recap on episode 5. If you haven't seen it, go ahead, download the STARZ app so you can catch up on all the episodes. Did come episode 5, we can talk together. So, but please though, leave in the comments what you think. If you have been watching it, tell me what you think. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think about Kato. Tell me what you think about Pat. Tell me what you think about the detective. Tell me what you think about Meech and Terry. And please tell me what you think about Lamar. Okay. So again, y'all, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Most importantly, let me go ahead and get y'all to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that when I do drop my videos, which it could be a variety of things, you will be the first to know, okay? As a best friend should. So thank you so much again for tuning into the channel. Blessed to be a blessing, where we are blessed to be a blessing. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you reap what you sow, so you better sow some good. All right, y'all have a good night. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.